What's happening, So Fam? Antojai here. So I want to share with you like a few mini series here about tips and things that I've learned when I have been mastering manifestation, because I'm so good at mastering manifestation. So these are some tricks and tips that most people don't tell you about to amplify your manifestation. And one of the main things that I have always learned through my experience is your sleep. First of all, when you're about to go to sleep, you need to program the energy that you're going to go to sleep in. That's why they tell you don't go to sleep angry, right? Because if you go to sleep angry, you're focusing on this vibration of anger the whole entire time that you're sleeping. You wake up the next morning feeling that vibration of anger. Another thing you got to do is like, when you sleep, you actually don't physically sleep. You're just putting down your body to charge and you're going somewhere else. So one of the things that's really helped me manifest powerfully is when I'm falling asleep and I'm starting to hit that point where I'm starting to drift off. I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go to some bomb dimension where I'm just gonna hang out with these cool peeps and maybe I'll learn something there. If not, I'm just gonna hang out somewhere really juicy, right? And then I fall asleep to that vibration. That's like the last couple thoughts that I have in my mind. And then all of a sudden I'll have a very powerful experience. Regardless of whether or not I remember it fully, I know that I went somewhere and I had an experience. I wake up the next morning feeling way better. Another thing is, like, when you're in the middle of your sleep, okay, if you're in the middle of your sleep and you randomly just quickly wake up, you know, a lot of people end up waking up in the middle of the night just to look at what time it is. I'm definitely one of those people. Every time I wake up in the middle of the night and I look at the clock, that's a small little window where you're in the brain waves of theta and delta, which is deep relaxation and the ability to like produce hypnosis on yourself. So that split second where you wake up and you're like, oh wait, what time is it? Oh, it's only 6 o'clock. Okay, I'm gonna go back to sleep. In that little window of like 30-40 seconds, you can say an affirmation. Oh, what time is it? Oh, it's 6 o'clock. Oh, I'm amazing. I'm at peace. I love myself. The world loves me. And you go back to sleep. Because when you open up that window, you're basically programming your subconscious mind to absorb a new program. If you wake up like 4 or 5 times throughout the night, every time you wake up, you should set the intention that you're programming something. It doesn't have to be something where you're like, oh, I'm programming, right? It's just like, oh, time? Oh, okay, I'm amazing. Oh, time? I'm nothing but love. Oh, time. Oh. Everything's okay, everything's safe. Those windows in your reality will help you generate momentum. A lot of people notice that when they're trying to manifest something, they require momentum, right? Or movement. If you treat your manifestations as a constant process, like I've told you in many other episodes, you're going to end up basically hacking reality to do what you want. Like, I have a lot of times when I've gone to sleep in a matter of just a couple days, when I go to sleep, I'm like, okay, I'm going to generate the answer to healing this one aspect about myself. And then every time I wake up in between the night, I'm like, oh, I am free of fear. Fall back asleep. Oh, woke up again. Fear has no hold over me. And I fall back asleep, right? And I'm constantly programming that. Then the moment that I wake up in the morning, the next morning, before I get out of bed, I'm like, okay, well, today's gonna be an amazing day. Today's gonna be super chill. Today's gonna be super gravy. Today's gonna be totally non-fearful. And I put that energy out there. And then when I feel like I'm vibrating that, I'll live my day, right? As you go throughout your day, you're constantly finding little reasons to solidify that, you know? Like, do you feel good in that present moment where you took a 5-minute break, right? You feel accomplished. I'm so grateful that I have this high vibrational energy that's not attached to fear. I'm so grateful that I'm being productive today. I'm so grateful that I'm being proactive, right? A lot of times people are like, oh, well, I have to put this super huge investment to make a manifestation happen or a healing event happen, when really healing yourself or manifesting is just like any other project. Like, you have to get started somewhere. The moment you get started, you start creating momentum. The moment you stay focused on that momentum in every small aspect of your life is the moment that you're going to continue to generate that energy into your reality, creating a vortex or a torus field. And then you're generating a new reality. You're creating a constant new reality because you're forcing your thoughts to focus on certain aspects of matter. If you think of matter as different vibrations that basically put themselves together to give you an experience, because you're the one that's constructing those matters to give you that experience, more now than ever, as we have stepped into like a fifth dimensional reality, you need to be in control of yourself in every moment of every time. Even when you wake up and you're like, I don't know why I feel a certain kind of way, ask that feeling, why is it that you feel that way? Ask yourself or your body what you feel, and you're going to notice that there's always going to be something that allows you to interpret the information. So this is one of my greatest tips that I love to share with people for their own manifestation techniques. Try it. It's going to be a little bit of a thing to get used to, because you might not be accustomed to doing this already. But if you get used to it, once you get the hang of it, you're going to do it on autopilot. I don't even think about it anymore. I just literally wake up at a certain time and I see it, right? And I have that momentum of programming something. When I go to sleep, I go ahead and I make sure I program something. You can easily go to sleep to affirmations that you recorded in your mind and things like that. I highly recommend not falling asleep to television, because if you're watching like NCIS or something, you're programming your mind to really hyper focus on like murder and things like that. So you're lowering your vibration. So be very, very conscious of what it is that you are programming your subconscious mind during the times of your sleep and the times in which you are already actively astral traveling. Because every time you wake up, you temporarily step outside of the dream realms or the astral realms into this dream, and then you go back to sleep instantaneously back to wherever you were. So like if you were sleeping previously and you weren't having like a very powerful experience, and you wake up and you're like, what time is it? You have that opportunity right there to say, oh, I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm going to change my IP address. I'm going to change my location. And you'll have a very powerful experience. Sending you all the love. If you're looking to accelerate your ascension, check out the link in my description below. Schedule a free clarity call, and I will see you in our next episode. Talk to you soon.